Smoke on the water, a fire in the sky. Smoke on the water. Hey guys, Greg here and welcome to another video. So before we start, I just wanted to say thanks to all our new members of our Facebook group. It's been growing really quickly and we've got members from all around the world. If you haven't joined yet, there's a link in the description and just head over to Facebook and you can become a member. We look forward to seeing you in there. So Smoke on the Water is an absolute classic of a song that 95% of all guitarists have probably learned when they started out on guitar. And the reason this is because it's such an easy pattern of notes to get that, you know, it's not very difficult to start playing music straight away. You might have seen my video that I've done called 5 super easy things that anyone can play on the guitar. This riff is part of that. When I show this to people, especially younger players because their hands are much smaller, I show it to them on the bottom string on this one. So I'll just show you how to do it on there and then we'll kind of learn some other ways we can do it as well. So it's going to be the open E string, then the 3rd fret, then the 5th fret. And we're going to do almost that same thing again. Open E string, 3rd fret, 6th fret and 5th fret. Then we're going to do open E string, 3rd fret, 5th fret, and then 3rd fret and open. So all together. So once you've got that pattern, you can start moving it onto other strings. The actual song is played on the 2 middle strings, that same pattern, but at the same time. So playing 2 strings at the same time is actually quite a bit trickier than playing 1. So this is kind of why I show it to people on 1 string. But if we try it on the G string, which is the 3rd string up, that same pattern just on 1 string, it's going to sound like this. So it'll be open, 3, 5, open, 3, 6, 5, open, 3, 5, and then 3, open. So one more time. Open, 3, 5, open, 3, 6, 5, open, 3, 5, and then 3, open. So then all we've got to do to turn it into the way that the band Deep Purple actually played it in the first place is play that same pattern but on this string as well, the D string, and at the same time. So there's kind of a couple of different ways you can do it. I think most people find using 2 fingers is easier than barring across. So I show it with 2 fingers. So I was using my 2nd finger and my 3rd finger, but you might like to use your 1st and your 2nd. That might be easier, but just experiment and see what works for you. So it's exactly the same pattern. We're going to do open, 3, 5, open, 3, 6, 5, open, 3, 5, 3, and open. So there's kind of 3 different ways there that you can play the riff, depending on how much time you've got to practice and stuff. I mean, the one on this string you can play instantly. But the other 2 maybe take a little bit longer. The open G just on its own shouldn't be too hard, but the learning to play 2 strings at the same time might take a little bit more practice. But yeah, just see how you find it. So yeah, the thing about Smoke on the Water, most people just learn the riff and the rest of the song isn't actually that hard. So if we look at that as well, this is going to be the verse. We're going to use something called power chords. And once you can do power chords, you can play like a million other songs, which is really cool. So stay tuned for that. So if you're into rock and heavier rock and metal and stuff, make sure you learn your power chords, as you'll be able to play all your favourite songs using these. So I'll just play through the verse and then we can break it down. So what that is, it starts off with a G power chord, which is the 3rd fret on the top string, the 5th fret on the A string, and the 5th fret on the D string. I'm going to play that 5 times all together. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So it's 5 of those. Then we're going to go to F, which is exactly the same shape, but 2 frets back. So it's a little bit more of a stretch, this one, because your frets are further apart. This time we're going to do 1 F, but the same way. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, and then we're going to go back to the G and play 2 more of those. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And that's kind of the whole verse bit. So I'll play it through one more time. So it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So there's the parts of the verse. It just repeats that until you get to the chorus. And for the chorus, we're going to have more power chords. And I'll play that through. That was the bit at the start that I did. I'll just play it through one more time. So it's going to be. And then it goes back to the riff, which is the bit at the start that we did. So what that is going to start off with a C power chord, and we're going to play that the same way that we played the G and the F. So it's going to be 1, 2, 3, which is the 3rd fret on the A, the 5th fret on the D, and the 5th fret on the G. So 1, 2, 3. Then we're going to do the same thing but with a G sharp power chord, which is going to be 4 on the E, 6 on the A, and 6 on the D. So all together. And then we're just going to strum a G power chord once. So I'm going to hold that for 2 bars, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we're going to go back to the C again. So 1, 2, 3, and the G sharp. 1, 2, 3, and then we're going to go back to the riff that we did. So if we put all that together, the chorus is going to sound like this. So. And so apart from the guitar solo, we're not going to look at that today because that is actually a little bit trickier. But if anyone's interested, then I can do a video on that as well. So there are all the bits to Smoke on the Water. Like I say, the other bits aren't too much harder than the riff, so have a look at those as well, and that'll open up loads of possibilities to other songs that you'll be able to play. Yeah, remember to join our Facebook group and make sure you subscribe. I've got this cool new banner at the back here that lights up, which is cool. And that's all from me for now. Take care of yourself and see you guys soon.